the early 1900s, survey teams were sent into the Alaskan wilderness to map land that had not yet been recorded. Some of them returned, others did not. At the start of the 20th century, much of Alaska remained unmapped. The land was known in parts, coastlines, settlements, trading routes, but large sections of the interior had not been formally surveyed. Survey teams were sent in to change that. They were tasked with measuring land, marking boundaries, and creating records that could be used for settlement, ownership, and resource development. The work was slow. Travel was done on foot, by boat, or with pack animals when conditions allowed. There were no established roads through most of the territory. Communication with the outside world was limited. Once a team moved into the interior, contact could become infrequent or stop entirely for long periods of time. The environment was not stable. Weather could change without warning. Temperatures dropped quickly. Rivers shifted with the season. Land that appeared passable could become difficult or impassable within hours. The work continued anyway. Teams were sent out with supplies, instruments, and instructions to return with records. Some of those records were completed and brought back. Others were not. Survey work in Alaska was recorded in journals, field notes, and mapped coordinates. Each entry followed a pattern. Dates were written down. Distances were measured. Landmarks were described in simple terms: rivers, ridges, tree lines, ground conditions. The work moved slowly. A team might spend an entire day advancing only a short distance, stopping frequently to take measurements, adjust instruments, and record observations. Progress depended on the land itself. Some areas allowed steady movement, others did not. Ground that appeared stable could shift underfoot. Rivers had to be crossed without bridges. Weather could close in quickly, reducing visibility and slowing movement to a stop. There were no fixed routes. Each path had to be determined as they went. Supplies were carried with them: food, tools, instruments, everything needed to complete the work and return. If something was lost, damaged, or used too quickly, there were no immediate replacements. The records reflect this. Some journals note delays, changes in direction, difficult terrain, weather that forced a halt. Most continue past those entries, but some do not. There are logs where the pattern holds, measurements, coordinates, steady movement, and then it ends. No final entry, no indication that the work was completed, no explanation of why it stopped. In some cases, later parties found traces, a camp that had been used briefly, equipment left behind, signs that a team had passed through an area, but not where they had gone after. In other cases, there is nothing beyond the record itself, only the starting point and the last line that was written. There is no single explanation for the records that stop, no single event that accounts for all of them. The conditions were not consistent. Some teams traveled short distances, others moved far into the interior. Some carried more supplies, others less. The outcomes do not follow a single pattern. What remains consistent is the environment. Distances were not measured in hours, but in days. Weather could change without warning and remain that way. Cold did not arrive gradually. It settled in and stayed. Rivers did not remain fixed. Ground that held one day could give way the next. Visibility could disappear entirely, and once it did, direction became uncertain. The records show this indirectly. Entries that mention delay, changes in route, conditions that slowed progress, and then no entry at all. There are no markers in those moments, no indication of when something shifted or why, only the absence of continuation. Search efforts, when they occurred, followed what was left behind. Coordinates, partial routes, assumptions based on the last known position. But the land didn't preserve those paths. Tracks did not remain. Routes could not always be retraced, and time moved forward without them. What remains is not a single disappearance. It is a pattern that does not resolve. Lines on a map that stop short. Journals that end mid-measurement. Work that was started, recorded, and never completed. The land was not hostile in a way that can be pointed to. It did not act with intent. It did not need to. It remained unchanged, and for some of the teams that entered it, that was enough. That was tonight's story. You've been listening to The Midnight Box. Wherever you are, thank you for listening. Good night.